My name is Chris, and every week they keep sending me all these mad tricks. Welcome to The Shift, presented by murphysmagic.com. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to The Shift. I'm your host Chris Ramsey, and this week we will be looking at two things on the deal, but first I just want to say tune in Wednesday. We're going to have the splendid talent of Paul Draper at the table. I'll leave the link below. First, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm standing up. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into the deal portion of the show. Actually, before we get into the deal, let's announce the winner of last week's contest. I asked you guys if you could travel anywhere in time, where would you go and why? And a lot of really creative answers, a lot of the same answers. A lot of you just really want to hang out with Houdini for some reason. But the winner is Tanner Baldridge. And Tanner wrote, I want to travel a few days into the future and persuade you to allow me to win the contest. So job well done, Tanner, because it worked. You time traveled and you won. So send us your info via Facebook if possible, and we'll send you last week's or this week's prizes, whatever. Hit us up. Thanks. All right, guys, for this week's contest, you simply have to tell me in the description what you think about these two tricks, or one trick or the other. Just sort of talk about any of the two tricks, and I will pick one lucky winner next week to win a copy of those two tricks. Well, the DVDs which those two tricks are on. Whatever, you get it. You win a prize. So do that. So this week on the deal portion we have, whoops. Well, that's unfortunate. Big Blind Media presents Solomon's Secret Subtleties by David Solomon. And also John Guastaferro, Center Stage. So without further ado, let's get into a performance of one of the effects on John Guastaferro's Center Stage, and then we'll talk a little bit about that after this. Just going to go ahead and cut the packet right about here. Get one of those aces to just sort of pop out. And one there. Well, how do we find the other ones, you ask? That's a rather good question. Here, let's try this. Let's lay this on top and just kind of like that and turn all the cards upside down except for, of course, another ace. We got ace number 2. Now, if that isn't incredible enough, let's see if we can pull ace number 3 out of my hat. If I take the deck, sort of give it a little, just like that, a third ace is now produced, hopefully. Let's see. I got this right. Oh, I did. Nice. The ace of diamonds. Let's get that ace there. We got the ace of spades here. And the ace of hearts. And the fourth ace is just like a paintbrush, sort of painted on, just like that. And the fourth ace is here. Here's the kicker. You see, we've got all 4 aces, which a magician could normally do. He can normally find these. But there's always a kicker. And here it is. Ooh. The entire deck is now blue. So there you go. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was me performing Introverted, which is an effect that was on John Guastaferro's Center Stage. I really like that effect. I've used it a few times. It's, you know what? John's stuff is worker material. You can literally watch this DVD, go out and perform, practice a little bit obviously, but then go out and perform some of these effects in your working environment. So for all the workers out there, the restaurant guys and those type of guys, this is definitely a must-have. As you probably know if you've seen anything John Guastaferro. He does teach some things that he's already taught before. However, there are so many things. It's a 2-disc DVD set. And if I'm not mistaken, this was filmed this year at Sessions. So it's basically his live lecture that he did at Sessions put on 2 DVDs. John teaches some card magic. He teaches some mentalism with some cards. He does his Zen bend with the straw. He teaches that, which is, if you don't know that, it's definitely worth checking out. There's nothing really bad to say. I would say the only thing is, because it's a live lecture, you sort of get all of the live lecture environment as well. So I mean, the picture is not super crystal clear and the audio is not super crystal clear. It's kind of like you would see it live, but you can pause it, so that's the bonus. If you've seen John Guastaferro's work before, you know how powerful and how well it plays. If you haven't, this would be a good project to start your Guastaferro journey with. So check out Center Stage by John Guastaferro, presented by Vanishing Ink. Yeah. Next up we have Big Blind Media presents Solomon's Secret Subtleties. So we have Dave Solomon teaching his subtleties on many of the routines that he's come up with. So let's take a look at myself performing. I'm just going to try to find the name here. I think it was Switchcraft. Let's take a look at me performing Switchcraft. Ace and Jack, Blackjack. See, here's the thing. You have to try to catch me out. If I take the ace and I lay it on underneath the cup and I lay the jack on top, where would you bet the jack is? Naturally on top, but alas, you'd be wrong, because it is a jumping jack. This you must not forget. And it jumped to the bottom of the pack. So let's take the ace, for instance. Let's try this again. Let's do this a little differently. We'll take the ace this time and we'll drop it right here and we'll leave the jack on top. And where's the jack once again? No, it is not on top. It is now underneath, because once again it is a jumping jack, and this we cannot forget. Alright, one last time. Let's do this a little bit differently. We'll take the ace and the jack, leave them underneath the cup, both underneath the cup. And we'll give this deck a very fair shuffle, just like so. Alright, where would you bet the ace and the jack are? Obviously, underneath the cup. And obviously you'd be wrong, because you've been double-crossed.
Oh no!
You see, the ace and the jack are now in the center of the pack.
Whoa.
There you have it. There was my performance of Solomon's Switchcraft. You know what? That was sort of my favorite routine on the DVD. He has quite a bit of routines. Hold on here. He's probably got over a dozen routines, maybe like 12 to 15. It's definitely worth a look. It's very classic magic, so packet tricks, things of that nature, counting. I'm going to say it's not necessarily my style, just because, that particular trick, I would consider probably doing the first two phases, although it's a little bit shady in my opinion. Dave Solomon obviously is a legend, and he's got some great subtleties on these classic effects and these classic his takes on these classic effects. But they're a little bit, for myself, a little bit too classic. For you guys that like to perform in a close-up environment on a mat, perhaps you would get something out of this. Myself, I just didn't find myself to be too attracted to the material on it. But a lot of it is very fooling, I'll give him that. A lot of it, I watched a performance and I was fooled by the performance, a few times over. So if you're looking to get some foolers into your routine, if you're looking to get, some spelling tricks, things like that, do check this out. Obviously, it's well presented, well filmed. Big Blind Media did a great job. If you're a fan of Dave Solomon, you have to check this out. So this is basically a lot of his work that was in his books and DVDs and stuff extracted, so like the best of, put onto one DVD. So check this out, definitely. And once again, another worker product, Solomon's Secret Subtleties by Big Blind Media presents. Alright, before I go, I'm just going to show you guys something a little quick. I did this on the sort of Wizard Wars intro video, sort of the hero shot that they had me set up, and it's nothing new. It's probably already out there, but I just wanted to share this with you guys because it's a cool little visual moment you can do right in the middle of a card trick. So when you have their card selected, let's say this is their card, I'm going to try to do this like closely so that it stays in focus, but basically that's basically what it looks like. So all you're doing is back palming and producing that card, but it's kind of cool sort of just on the offbeat where you say, okay, we have let's say you're doing an ambitious card and this is their sign selection. You could say, you see the 8 of clubs, it always jumps to the top of the deck. Even if it's over here, it jumps to the top. But you know what? I can take it back whenever I want. So it's just a quick visual thing. A lot of people get a kick out of it. It doesn't matter if you flash. It doesn't matter if they see it. If they catch you out, they say, oh, you put it in the back of your hand. You say, yeah, it's a back palm. You know, it doesn't really matter because it's just a small little magical moment. If you can get away with it, it's really cool. You know, some people really gasp. They get a really cool reaction out of it because it's instant teleportation. So you just take it here. This hand here, let's get into focus. Basically, you want to hide this deck and produce the card with your thumb. So you use your thumb just to sort of roll it off the side of the deck, right? Just like that. You don't want to see the deck, you just want to see that one card, you know, being produced. And simultaneously, this one, you're just going to go into a back palm, which I won't bother teaching. If you want to learn the back palm, read a book. And here you go. So once this is back palm, you can sort of, almost like you're throwing it. You sort of throw it and boom, and that one pops out here. So you say, well, we'll take your card here and boom. Oh, actually, let's take it back. What? Swag. All right. That's all I got for this week, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in once again. You guys make my week so much better. You know, with your love and affection. So I'll catch you guys next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll see you. All right? Peace out.